This is the 2026 CDL General Knowledge Test that covers everything you'll face on the real CDL exam. You can also get unlimited interactive practice tests and downloadable study guides at the links below. Now here's your CDL instructor to walk you through the questions.
Question 1. What is the primary danger of driving too fast for conditions, even when under the posted speed limit? A. You may be ticketed for imprudent speed. B. You cannot stop within your sight distance. C. Your engine temperature may increase. D. Other drivers may not expect your speed. The correct answer is B. You cannot stop within your sight distance. The posted speed limit is designed for ideal conditions. If weather visibility or road conditions are poor, you must reduce speed to ensure you can stop within whatever distance you can see. The sign does not override your responsibility to drive safely. Question 2. What is the best way to see the sides and rear of your commercial vehicle while driving? A. Turn around and look. B. Check your mirrors regularly. C. Only look when changing lanes. D. Trust your peripheral vision. The correct answer is B. Check your mirrors regularly. Mirrors are the commercial motor vehicle driver's most important tool for monitoring the sides and rear of the vehicle. You should check your mirrors regularly and often, not just when changing lanes. The larger your vehicle, the more important regular mirror checks become. Question 3. Which vehicles are required by federal law to stop at all railroad crossings? A. Any truck over 26000 pounds, gross vehicle weight rating. B. School buses and certain hazmat vehicles. C. Pickup trucks towing trailers. D. Passenger cars with more than 4 occupants. The correct answer is B. School buses and certain hazmat vehicles. School buses and vehicles carrying placardable quantities of hazardous materials are required by federal law to stop at all railroad crossings. These vehicles must stop regardless of whether a train is present or warning signals are active. Question 4. When should you make your emergency plan for a potential hazard? A. When you first identify the hazard. B. After the hazard has already happened. C. Only if the hazard is a large obstacle. D. Only when other drivers signal danger. The correct answer is A. When you first identify the hazard. When you first spot a hazard, think through emergency plans immediately. Ask yourself, what would I do if that car pulls out? What if that pedestrian steps into the road? Being mentally prepared allows faster, safer response if the hazard becomes a real emergency. Question 5. Do empty trucks stop more quickly than loaded trucks? A. Yes. Less weight always means shorter stopping distance. B. Yes, but only on dry roads. C. No. D. They stop in exactly the same distance. The correct answer is C. No. Counterintuitively, empty trucks can take longer to stop than loaded ones. The brake springs and tires on heavy vehicles are designed to work best when the vehicle is fully loaded. An empty vehicle has less traction, making it harder to stop. Question 6. What disqualification results from a first railroad grade crossing violation? A. 30 days. B. 90 days. C. At least 60 days. D. 1 year. The correct answer is C. At least 60 days. A first railroad grade crossing violation results in a minimum 60-day CDL suspension. A second violation within 3 years results in at least 120 days. A third violation within 3 years results in at least 1 year disqualification. These violations are taken very seriously. Question 7. What must a commercial motor vehicle driver do within 24 hours of a disqualifying conviction related to their hazmat endorsement? A. Notify the state that issued their CDL and surrender the GIFM. B. Nothing. Wait for the DMV to notify them. C. Call the carrier only. D. Notify the shipper. The correct answer is A. Notify the state that issued their CDL and surrender the. A CDL holder with a hazmat endorsement must notify the issuing state and surrender the endorsement within 24 hours of any conviction, indictment, or adjudication for a disqualifying crime. Failure to self-report is a serious violation. Question 8. Which of the following is correct when driving through fog? A. Use high beams to see as far ahead as possible. B. Maintain the speed limit to avoid causing traffic delays. C. Use hazard lights while moving through the fog. D. Slow down significantly and use low beams or fog lights. The correct answer is D. Slow down significantly and use low beams or fog lights. In fog, you should slow down significantly and use low beams or fog lights, never high beams. High beams reflect off fog particles and actually reduce your visibility, making dangerous conditions worse. Question 9. How soon must a CDL driver notify their employer after their license is suspended, revoked, or canceled? A. Within 2 business days. B. Same day. C. Within 7 days. D. Within 30 days. The correct answer is A. Within 2 business days. CDL drivers must notify their employer within 2 business days if their license is suspended, revoked, or canceled. This is separate from the 30-day rule that applies to traffic convictions. Question 10. What is reaction distance? A. The distance your vehicle travels after you recognize a hazard. B. The distance the brakes take to stop the vehicle. C. The time it takes for ABS to activate. D. The distance from the hazard to your vehicle. The correct answer is A. The distance your vehicle travels after you recognize a hazard. Reaction distance is the distance traveled from when your brain recognizes the hazard to when your foot physically hits the brake pedal. Average reaction time is 3/4 to 1 second, at 55 miles per hour. This accounts for approximately 61 feet of travel. Question 11. You notice a crack running across your steering wheel during a pre-trip inspection. What is the correct action? A. Tape the crack and monitor it closely. B. Drive carefully and report it after your run. C. Only report it if the crack affects steering feel. D. Report it and refuse to drive until the vehicle is. The correct answer is D. Report it and refuse to drive until the vehicle is. A cracked steering wheel is a critical safety defect that must be reported and repaired before the vehicle is driven. Steering system defects can result in complete loss of vehicle control and are never acceptable safety compromises. Question 12. What is the most important reason to do a pre-trip vehicle inspection? A. For your own safety and the safety of others on A. B. To satisfy the law. C. To keep a maintenance record. D. To satisfy the motor carrier. The correct answer is A. For your own safety and the safety of others on. Safety is the most important reason to inspect your vehicle before every trip. A defect found during inspection could prevent a breakdown on the road, or worse, a crash caused by that defect. Federal and state laws also require pre-trip inspections. Question 13. What is the most important principle when driving in fog? A. Turn on your high beams. B. Slow down significantly. Use low beams and fog lights. And C. Use high beams to see farther. D. Maintain normal speed to get through fog quickly. The correct answer is B. Slow down significantly. Use low beams and fog lights and, in fog, reduce speed significantly to a level where you can stop within your sight distance. Use low beams and fog lights. High beams reduce visibility in fog by reflecting off moisture. If visibility drops to a point where it is dangerous, pull off the road and wait for conditions to improve. Question 14. When checking tire inflation during a pre-trip inspection, you should use A. Your foot to kick the tires. B. A visual inspection only. C. A tire pressure gauge. D. A mallet to tap the tires. The correct answer is C. A tire pressure gauge. The only accurate way to check tire pressure is with a proper tire pressure gauge. Kicking or visually inspecting tires is unreliable and should never be used as a substitute for an actual gauge reading. Question 15. What does wet road surface do to stopping distance? A. Reduces stopping distance slightly. B. Has no effect on modern ABS-equipped vehicles. C. Increases stopping distance by 25%. D. Doubles the stopping distance. The correct answer is D. Doubles the stopping distance. Wet roads double the stopping distance of a commercial vehicle. To stop in the same distance as on a dry road, you must reduce your speed. On wet roads, reduce speed by about 1/3 from your normal dry road speed. Question 16. How often should a commercial motor vehicle driver check their mirrors? A. Only when changing lanes. B. Every minute. C. Regularly and frequently. D. Only when merging. The correct answer is C. Regularly and frequently. Commercial motor vehicle drivers should check mirrors every 5 to 8 seconds as part of their continuous forward and rear scanning pattern. Regular mirror checks help you stay aware of what is happening in your blind spots alongside and behind the vehicle, critical for safety in a large commercial motor vehicle. Question 17. What does heavy or hard-to-turn steering most likely indicate? A. Low tire pressure on the front axle. B. A power steering problem or steering system defect. C. Normal resistance for heavy loaded vehicles. D. The need to downshift to a lower gear. The correct answer is B. A power steering problem or steering system defect. Heavy or difficult steering is often a sign of a power steering problem or a mechanical defect in the steering system. A driver should stop the vehicle safely and investigate the cause before continuing to drive. Question 18. When securing cargo on a flatbed trailer, the working load limit of each tie-down must be at least A. 1/4 of the cargo weight. B. 1/3 of the cargo weight. C. 1/2 of the cargo weight. D. Equal to the full weight of the cargo. The correct answer is C. 1/2 of the cargo weight. Each tie-down must have a working load limit of at least half the weight of the cargo it is securing. This ensures that even if one tie-down fails, the remaining ones can still prevent the cargo from shifting or falling. Question 19. What must a driver check about a sealed load they cannot inspect? A. The color of the seals. B. Only the shipping papers. C. Only that seals are intact. D. Even though the contents cannot be inspected, the driver must. The correct answer is D. Even though the contents cannot be inspected, the driver must. For sealed loads, the driver cannot inspect the contents, but must still ensure the vehicle does not exceed gross vehicle weight limits and legal axle weight limits. Exceeding weight limits is illegal and dangerous, even if the load itself is secure. Question 20. During a pre-trip inspection, you find one lug nut missing from a wheel. What should you do? A. Report it and do not drive until repaired. B. Drive to the nearest shop carefully. C. Tighten the remaining lug nuts and monitor. D. Only report it if more than 2 are missing. The correct answer is A. Report it and do not drive until repaired. A missing lug nut is a critical safety defect that makes the vehicle unsafe to operate. The vehicle must not be driven until it is properly repaired. There is no threshold for acceptable missing hardware on wheels. Question 21. What is the service brake requirement on a grade? A. Only hold briefly on flat ground. B. Only hold on grades up to 5%. C. Must hold the vehicle stationary on any grade on which. D. Only hold a loaded vehicle. The correct answer is C. Must hold the vehicle stationary on any grade on which. The service brake system must hold the vehicle stationary on any grade on which it is operated under all loading and unloading conditions. If your service brakes cannot hold on the grade you are on, that is a serious defect. Question 22. What happens to a CDL holder who uses the commercial motor vehicle to commit a felony involving controlled substances? A. Same as any other felony, at least 1 year. B. Only criminal charges. CDL is not affected. C. 30-day suspension. D. Lifetime CDL disqualification for a first offense. The correct answer is D. Lifetime CDL disqualification for a first offense. Using a commercial motor vehicle to commit a felony involving controlled substances results in lifetime CDL disqualification on the first offense. This is one of only 2 situations where lifetime disqualification applies after a single offense, the other being second DUI. Question 23. What must you check on the hydraulic brakes during pre-trip inspection? A. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure. B. Only the brake fluid level. C. Only that the brakes feel firm. D. Only that the brake lights work. The correct answer is A. Pump the brake pedal 3 times, then apply firm pressure. To check hydraulic brakes, pump the pedal 3 times, then hold firm pressure for 5 seconds. If the pedal moves, there may be a leak or other problem that must be fixed before driving. The pedal must remain stationary under steady pressure. Question 24. What items must be secured in a farm labor vehicle's passenger compartment? A. Nothing special. B. All cutting tools and tools with sharp edges must be. C. Only firearms. D. Only hazardous materials. The correct answer is B. All cutting tools and tools with sharp edges must be. In the passenger compartment of a farm labor vehicle, all cutting tools or sharp-edged tools must be in a covered container. All other tools, equipment, or materials must be secured to the vehicle body. These rules protect the driver and all passengers from injury in an accident or sudden stop. Question 25. Which statement about speed management on downgrades is correct? A. Use a higher gear than you used going up. B. Use neutral to allow the engine to rest. C. Always rely on brakes alone to control speed. D. Use the same gear you would use going up. The correct answer is D. Use the same gear you would use going up. On long, steep downgrades, you would select the same gear you would use going up the hill. Engine braking, combined with proper gear selection, prevents brake fade, which occurs when brakes overheat from excessive use. Question 26. When a commercial motor vehicle begins to skid, what is the single most important first action? A. Apply the brakes firmly to slow the vehicle. B. Steer aggressively in the opposite direction of the skid. C. Ease off the accelerator without applying the brakes. D. Accelerate slightly to regain traction. The correct answer is C. Ease off the accelerator without applying the brakes. The first action in any skid is to ease off the accelerator, not to brake. Hard braking during a skid often locks the wheels and makes the situation worse. Smooth, controlled input is critical to regaining control without worsening the skid. Question 27. What is the front-end structure headache rack on a truck designed to protect? A. The cargo from weather. B. The driver from cargo shifting forward in a crash. Or C. The tires from debris. D. The fuel tank. The correct answer is B. The driver from cargo shifting forward in a crash. Or the front-end structure headache rack protects the driver from cargo that shifts forward during a crash or hard stop. It must be in good condition and capable of blocking forward cargo movement. Without this protection, a hard stop could send cargo through the cab, injuring or killing the driver. Question 28. When road conditions are slippery, you should increase your following distance to at least A. 10 seconds. B. 8 seconds. C. 6 seconds. D. 14 seconds. The correct answer is A. 10 seconds. On slippery roads, CDL drivers should at least double their normal following distance. For a typical commercial motor vehicle at highway speed, this means a minimum of 10 to 12 seconds under adverse conditions. Question 29. What must you do with the previous driver's inspection report before operating a vehicle? A. Ignore it. B. Only keep it for records. C. Throw it away. D. Review it. The correct answer is D. Review it. You must review the previous driver's vehicle inspection report before operating. You should only sign and take over the vehicle after reported defects have been certified as repaired or noted as not needing repair. Your signature certifies you have reviewed and verified this. Question 30. What is a good pre-trip practice regarding the fire extinguisher? A. Know its exact location on your vehicle before driving. And B. Only check annually. C. Only check if required by the carrier. D. Check it weekly. The correct answer is A. Know its exact location on your vehicle before driving. And before driving, you should know the fire extinguisher's exact location and verify it is properly charged. In a fire emergency, you will not have time to search for the extinguisher. You must also know how to use it effectively. The wrong technique can spread a fire. Question 31. Which of the following best describes black ice? A. Dark-colored asphalt that absorbs more heat. B. Ice that forms only on bridges and overpasses. C. A thin, nearly invisible layer of ice that looks like. D. Ice that only appears after temperatures drop below 20 degrees. The correct answer is C. A thin, nearly invisible layer of ice that looks like. Black ice is a thin, nearly invisible layer of ice on the road surface that looks like wet pavement. It is especially dangerous because drivers often do not realize it is there until they have already lost traction and control. Question 32. What is the safest policy for using a cell phone while driving a commercial motor vehicle? A. Do not use a handheld cell phone while driving. B. Use it with one hand while driving. C. Only use it at highway speeds. D. Only text at red lights. The correct answer is A. Do not use a handheld cell phone while driving. Federal law prohibits commercial motor vehicle drivers from using handheld cell phones while driving. Handheld phone use is a serious distraction that is illegal and dangerous. If you must make or take a call, pull safely off the road. Even hands-free conversations are distracting. Question 33. What type of fire extinguisher is recommended for a commercial vehicle? A. Type A only. B. Only a water extinguisher. C. BC type at minimum. D. Any extinguisher will work. The correct answer is C. BC type at minimum. A BC fire extinguisher is the minimum required. It handles electrical fires and burning liquids. An ABC extinguisher is better because it additionally handles fires involving wood, paper, and cloth. Know where the extinguisher is located and how to use it before driving. Question 34. What should you look for when approaching a vehicle during pre-trip inspection? A. Only tire pressure. B. Only fuel leaks. C. General condition. D. Only whether the lights work. The correct answer is C. General condition. When approaching the vehicle during inspection, look for general damage or leaning to one side, look under the vehicle for fresh fluid leaks, and check the area around the vehicle for hazards to movement, such as people, other vehicles, low-hanging wires, or branches. Question 35. What must the driver and all passengers in a commercial motor vehicle do? A. Only the driver must wear a seatbelt. B. Only passengers under 18 must wear seatbelts. C. Both the driver and all passengers must be properly restrained. D. Seatbelts are optional in large commercial vehicles. The correct answer is C. Both the driver and all passengers must be properly restrained. All occupants of a commercial vehicle must be properly restrained by a seatbelt at any time the vehicle is in motion. A driver not wearing a seatbelt is 4 times more likely to be killed in a crash. This is a federal requirement. Question 36. What does communicating mean in terms of safe commercial motor vehicle driving? A. Using a cell phone. B. Communicating with dispatch. C. Using a CB radio. D. Signaling your intentions to other drivers using lights, turn signals. The correct answer is D. Signaling your intentions to other drivers using lights, turn signals. Communication in driving means using signals, lights, horn, and vehicle positioning to let other drivers know your intentions. Other drivers cannot read your mind. You must tell them what you plan to do by signaling well in advance. Poor communication is a major cause of accidents. Question 37. What is engine braking also called? A. Jake braking or compression release engine braking. B. Service braking. C. Emergency braking. D. Exhaust braking. The correct answer is A. Jake braking or compression release engine braking. Engine braking, also called Jake braking or compression release braking, uses the engine's compression to slow the vehicle on downgrades. It is the primary speed control method on long, steep grades and reduces wear and heat on the service brakes. Question 38. For how long will a CDL holder lose their license for a first DUI offense in a commercial motor vehicle? A. At least 1 year. B. 30 days. C. 6 months. D. 90 days. The correct answer is A. At least 1 year. A first DUI conviction while operating a commercial motor vehicle results in loss of the CDL for at least 1 year. If the commercial motor vehicle was carrying hazardous materials requiring placards, the minimum disqualification is 3 years. A second offense results in lifetime disqualification. Question 39. Why should you not use high beams in fog? A. High beams are always better. B. High beams use more fuel. C. High beams reflect off the fog particles, reducing visibility rather. D. High beams only help at night. The correct answer is C. High beams reflect off the fog particles, reducing visibility rather. High beams in fog reflect off the moisture in the air, creating a white glare that actually reduces visibility. Low beams keep the light aimed at the road surface, where it illuminates the pavement rather than reflecting back at the driver. In fog, always use low beams. Question 40. Which of the following is classified as a serious traffic violation under CDL regulations? A. Following a vehicle too closely. B. Failure to use a turn signal. C. Failure to yield at a stop sign. D. Speeding 10 miles per hour over the limit. The correct answer is A. Following a vehicle too closely. Following a vehicle too closely is one of the specific serious traffic violations defined under CDL regulations. Excessive speeding only qualifies as a serious violation if you are 15 miles per hour or more over the posted limit, not just 10 miles per hour over. Question 41. What is the disqualification period for using a commercial motor vehicle in the commission of a felony? A. 6 months. B. 3 months. C. At least 1 year. 3 years if the commercial motor vehicle carried. D. 2 years. The correct answer is C. At least 1 year. 3 years if the commercial motor vehicle carried. Using a commercial motor vehicle in the commission of any felony results in CDL disqualification for at least 1 year. If the commercial motor vehicle was carrying hazardous materials requiring placards at the time, the minimum is 3 years. A second felony results in lifetime disqualification. Question 42. What is the most effective way to prevent driver fatigue on a long trip? A. Drink coffee or energy drinks regularly throughout the trip. B. Keep the cab temperature very cold and windows open. C. Take short 5-minute breaks each hour instead of sleeping. D. Get adequate sleep before the trip and take required rest. The correct answer is D. Get adequate sleep before the trip and take required rest. The only true cure for fatigue is sleep. While strategies like cool air or caffeine provide temporary relief, the most effective prevention is adequate sleep before driving and taking proper rest breaks as required by hours of service regulations. Question 43. What is the legal blood alcohol concentration (BAC) limit for CDL drivers operating a commercial motor vehicle? A. 0.04%. B. 0.08%. C. 0.06%. D. 0.02%. The correct answer is A. 0.04%. The BAC limit for CDL drivers operating a commercial motor vehicle is 0.04%, exactly half the 0.08% limit for non-commercial drivers. This stricter standard reflects the greater responsibility commercial drivers carry on public roads. Question 44. What is the out-of-service disqualification period for a first violation of an out-of-service order? A. 30 days. B. At least 90 days. C. 60 days. D. 7 days. The correct answer is B. At least 90 days. A first violation of an out-of-service order results in a CDL disqualification for at least 90 days. Disqualification periods increase significantly for repeat violations, at least 1 year for a second violation, and at least 3 years for a third or subsequent violation within a 10-year period. Question 45. What happens to a CDL holder who commits a second DUI in a commercial motor vehicle? A. 90-day suspension. B. CDL disqualification for life. C. 2-year suspension. D. 5-year suspension. The correct answer is BC. DL disqualification for life. A second DUI offense involving a commercial motor vehicle results in lifetime disqualification of the CDL. There is no appeal or reinstatement process for a second offense. One serious mistake can end a commercial driving career permanently. Question 46. What makes night driving more dangerous than daytime driving? A. Only animals are more active at night. B. Night driving is not more dangerous. C. Only other drivers are less safe at night. D. Reduced visibility, limited color recognition, and driver fatigue. The correct answer is D. Reduced visibility, limited color recognition, and driver fatigue. Night driving is more dangerous due to reduced visibility, limited color recognition difficulty, judging distance and speed of other vehicles, and increased driver fatigue. Adjust speed so you can stop within the distance illuminated by your headlights. Question 47. How should you start a vehicle on a slippery road to prevent spinning the drive wheels? A. Apply maximum throttle quickly. B. Use a lower gear only. C. Rock the vehicle. D. Accelerate very gradually. The correct answer is D. Accelerate very gradually. On slippery surfaces, accelerate very gradually. If you use too much power, the drive wheels will spin. If spinning occurs, ease off the throttle immediately to allow the wheels to regain traction. Smooth, gentle acceleration is essential in poor traction conditions. Question 48. When a driver discovers any leaking hydraulic fluid in the brake system during inspection, they must A. Drive slowly to the nearest repair shop. B. Add brake fluid and monitor the system. C. Stop and call for assistance. D. Report it after completing their run. The correct answer is D. Report it after completing their run. Any hydraulic fluid leak in the brake system means the brakes are compromised and the vehicle must be stopped immediately. This is a critical defect that renders the vehicle completely unsafe to operate. Question 49. What is the minimum number of tie-downs required for any cargo load? A. 2 tie-downs regardless of the cargo length. B. 1. C. 3. D. 4. The correct answer is A. 2 tie-downs regardless of the cargo length. A minimum of 2 tie-downs is required for any load, regardless of its size or weight. For cargo longer than 10 feet, the rule is at least 1 tie-down for every 10 feet of cargo, with a minimum of 2 tie-downs for any load. Question 50. What causes brake fade on a downgrade? A. Cold brakes. B. Overheating of the brakes from continuous use on a long. C. Wet brake drums. D. Carrying a light load. The correct answer is B. Overheating of the brakes from continuous use on a long. Brake fade occurs when brakes overheat from continuous use on long, steep downgrades. Hot brake drums and linings lose their ability to create friction. Brake fade can result in a runaway vehicle. Proper gear selection and the snub braking technique prevent brake fade. Question 51. How many consecutive hours of driving requires a CDL driver to take a mandatory 30-minute rest break? A. 6 hours. B. 7 hours. C. 8 hours. D. 10 hours. The correct answer is C. 8 hours. FMCSA regulations require a 30-minute break before or during the first 8 hours of driving. This break can be taken as off-duty time or as time spent in the sleeper berth and is specifically designed to combat driver fatigue. Question 52. What emergency equipment is required on every commercial vehicle? A. Only a fire extinguisher. B. A fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, unless equipped with circuit. C. Only warning triangles. D. Only a first aid kit. The correct answer is B. A fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, unless equipped with circuit. Every commercial vehicle must carry a fire extinguisher, spare electrical fuses, unless the vehicle has circuit breakers, and warning devices for parked vehicles, typically 3 red reflective triangles. These items must be present and in working condition before each trip. Question 53. How many steps are in the standard 7-step inspection method? A. 5, B, 7, C, 6, D, 9. The correct answer is B7. The standard pre-trip inspection uses a 7-step method. Approach the vehicle, check engine compartment, inspect inside the cab, turn on lights, check front, and walk around the vehicle, check signal lights, and step up into the cab. Doing it the same way each time helps you learn all steps. Question 54. What does BC on a fire extinguisher rating mean? A, B for buses, C for cars. B for big C for commercial. C, B for brakes, C for cargo. D, B equals sign effective on burning liquids, gasoline, oil, grease. C. The correct answer is D. B equals sign effective on burning liquids, gasoline, oil, grease. C. The fire extinguisher rating BC means it is effective on B-type fires, burning liquids such as gasoline, oil, and grease, and C-type fires, electrical fires. An ABC extinguisher also handles A-type fires, wood, paper, and cloth. Question 55. What does a front-end header board, headache rack, protect against? A. Engine heat from the front of the cab. B. Trailer from swinging into the cab. C. Cargo from rain. D. Forward movement of cargo in a crash or emergency stop. The correct answer is D. Forward movement of cargo in a crash or emergency stop. A front-end header board protects the driver from cargo that shifts forward violently during a crash or emergency stop. Without a properly functioning front-end structure, cargo can penetrate the cab. It must be checked during pre-trip inspection to ensure it is in good condition. Question 56. What is the minimum tread depth required on the front steering axle tires of a commercial motor vehicle? A. 2/32 of an inch. B. 4/32 of an inch. C. 6/32 of an inch. D. 8/32 of an inch. The correct answer is B. 4/32 of an inch. Front steering axle tires must have a minimum tread depth of 4/32 of an inch because steering control is critical to safe operation. All other tires on the vehicle require a minimum of only 2/32 of an inch. Question 57. At 55 miles per hour on dry pavement with good brakes, what is the approximate braking distance for a loaded commercial motor vehicle? A. 100 feet. B. 216 feet. C. 400 feet. D. 500 feet. The correct answer is B. 216 feet. At 55 miles per hour on dry pavement with good brakes, a loaded commercial motor vehicle takes approximately 216 feet to stop after the brakes are applied. The total stopping distance, including perception and reaction distances, is approximately 419 feet, longer than a football field. Question 58. What is the disqualification period for operating a commercial motor vehicle under the influence while carrying hazardous materials? A. Same as without hazmat. 1 year. B. 2 years. C. 6 months. D. At least 3 years for a first offense. The correct answer is D. At least 3 years for a first offense. If a DUI offense occurs while operating a commercial motor vehicle that is placarded for hazardous materials, the minimum first offense disqualification is 3 years rather than the usual 1 year. The presence of hazmat significantly increases the penalty due to the elevated public safety risk. Question 59. If you must stop on the side of a highway at night, you must place warning devices within how many minutes? A. 5 minutes. B. 10 minutes. C. 15 minutes. D. 20 minutes. The correct answer is B. 10 minutes. When stopped on the side of a highway, you must place warning triangles, reflective triangles, or other warning devices within 10 minutes. These warn approaching traffic of the stopped vehicle and are required by federal regulations. Question 60. What are the two main reasons to cover cargo on an open trailer? A. Only to comply with regulations. B. Only to protect the cargo. C. To protect people from spilled cargo and to protect cargo. D. Only in certain states. The correct answer is C. To protect people from spilled cargo and to protect cargo. Covering cargo on open trailers serves two purposes: protecting other road users and pedestrians from spilled or flying cargo, a legal requirement in many states, and protecting the cargo from weather damage during transport.
Thanks for watching. Hope you learned a lot. If you need more practice, you can find interactive tests with unlimited retakes and downloadable study guides at the links below. Good luck!